Kathy Newman began working for BC Wheelchair Sports Association as an office manager in 1981. By 1987, she became their executive director, and for the past 29 years has been dedicated to removing barriers to sport participation for countless individuals with disabilities. Kathy's work has led to innovative initiatives such as the Bridging the Gap program, designed to encourage individuals with disabilities to participate in wheelchair sports and recreational opportunities. Bridging the Gap has now expanded across Canada and is considered a best practice nationally and internationally due to Kathy's guidance. Kathy's passion, Kathy's passion for wheelchair sport also transcends the BCWSA. She works with corporate and government sectors affecting policy, generating funding, and creating awareness. The BC Gaming Commission agreed to alter a regulation on eligibility categories and the use of gaming proceeds related to sports organizations providing services for athletes with disability. As a result of Kathy's hard work, these athletes now receive greater financial support and have access to even more opportunities. In 2006, Kathy made the Canadian Association for the Achievement of Women in Sport and Physical Activities, CAUSE, Women of Influence list. She was co-chair of the 2009 America's Cup International Wheelchair Basketball Tournament at the Richmond Olympic Oval. From the beginning to end, Kathy pushed the boundaries of convention to provide nations, teams, and individuals with the opportunity to accelerate the growth of wheelchair basketball internationally. Kathy also co-chaired Canada's successful bid to host the 2010 World Wheelchair Rugby Championships at the Richmond Olympic Oval in September of this year. The 2010 WWRC had over 12,000 spectators, over 22,000 web viewers, and generated over $40,000 in ticket sales. Several records were broken for an event of this kind. Kathy is a mentor and an innovator. She has spent a lifetime ensuring that British Columbians and now Canadians with disabilities can benefit from sport and recreation from the grassroots level to the international level. Please welcome Kathy Newman to the 2010.
It's all very overwhelming. I'm a crier. It's not good. I'm not that funny. That's not good. What a special evening. It's not too bad so far. Unlike these ladies, I need copious quantities of notes and a large size. Bear with me. I feel so honored to be recognized this evening. It's just very special. And what is even more amazing is it's for working in a field that I absolutely love and have passion for. It doesn't get much better than this, I'll tell you. I'm so proud to be selected along with many other women who are here in the In Her Footsteps gallery at the BC Sports Hall of Fame. I feel very privileged. Women who are athletes and leaders in the community who have inspired me over the years. And I'm especially proud to be selected tonight alongside Diane Clement and Alison McNeil. It's very special. In reflecting back over the past 30 years in wheelchair sports, what stands out for me is the people I've had a chance to work with. People like Laurel Crosby, who recruited me to BC Wheelchair Sports back in 1981. I've always been appreciative of her guidance and wisdom over the years. And others like Duncan Campbell and Marnie Abbott, athletes and role models who have always seemed to know the right thing to do and who are willing to give back to their sport. I feel so lucky to work alongside amazing people like Gail Hamamoto and Carrie Linegar, two women who are outstanding administrators in sport system And I might like to add, they make me look pretty good sometimes. I can now see the next wave of talented young leaders in the sports system, people like Arlene McNinney, Holly Taz, and Kelly Stephanishin. They all have a bright future ahead of them, and I feel very fortunate to have worked with them this last little while on the 2010 World Wheelchair Rugby Championships. My work allows me to work with wonderful community partners like Chris McBride, the Executive Director of the BC Paraplegic Association. I've always appreciated Chris's critical thinking and advice. It has been great to watch so many athletes over the years, men and women who have enjoyed wheelchair sport for fitness and fun, and others who have taken up the challenge to become high-performance athletes or coaches. I've had the fortunate experience to watch them reach their potential, people like Kelly Smith, Adam Frost, James Sustaved, Sarah Hunter, and so many others. I'm also grateful to the BC Wheelchair Sports Board of Directors, who over the years have been supportive and yet challenged me to think outside the box. All of these individuals have allowed me to dream big and have a positive impact on many people. I've also tried to view challenges and change as opportunities to grow as an individual and improve the quality of life for people with disabilities throughout the province. Recently, as you've heard, BC Wheelchair Sports hosted the World Wheelchair Rugby Championships. And I can remember back in 2003, when many of the leaders in the sport community were at a roundtable meeting, and we were asked by a senior sport branch administrator at the time, what were we going to do as PSOs to leverage the Olympics and Paralympics being held in Vancouver. Because BC Wheelchair Sports was not involved in the Paralympics, I started to consider what we could do and felt the best way for our organization to take advantage of the games being in our community was to host a World Championship event. So we set out on a long 7-year journey, and to maximize this exciting opportunity to host and leverage the many legacies that would come from the Olympics and Paralympics being in our hometown. There were a number of great legacies that came from hosting the World Championships, but there are a few that stood out for me. One of the most exciting things, having a moment here. I must admit I had several moments as the World Wheelchair Rugby Championship were coming to fruition. My colleague and Gail and I dragged her out on the road. In Richmond you'll see that there's street banners up promoting the World Championships. I dragged her out along with other staff. We stopped on the side of the road, held up traffic, and we took pictures. We had a moment. We had several moments. But one of the most exciting moments was seeing the impact we had on 15,000 students who were able to be engaged and educated about wheelchair sports. The other thing that stood out for me was the number of individuals who were inspired to become active in wheelchair sport. From a 6-year-old boy with a spinal cord injury from Kamloops who saw wheelchair rugby for the first time, to a former player who wants to become active again. It was an amazing experience, and one we hope to build on in the future, inspiring more people to become active in wheelchair sports. In closing, I'd like to thank Promotion Plus and the BC Sports Hall of Fame for celebrating women in sport through an event like this. And thank you all for the supporters and sponsors of this event who helped make this program possible. Finally, I'd like to say a very special thank you to my family, my husband and my daughter. I have an amazing husband. We just drove back from across Canada. We had to go to meetings in Ottawa, meetings in Toronto. Along the way, we drove 10,000 kilometers. And along the way, I did offer to drive, but when I was offering to drive, I was yawning in the middle of it. He declined. We came back safely. But I have an amazing husband who supports me in everything I do, and my daughter and my son. My son is a chef, and today was just started being a sous chef in Toronto at a nice restaurant there. So we're very excited about that. My family, my friends who have always supported me over the years, I'm very grateful. To all my many friends in wheelchair sports. My mother was a great role model for me and taught me to give back to my community. I hope I've done this and hope that others will be inspired.